Rachel and welcome back to my channel, Bales 1986 SW, and welcome to Vlogmas! Today's video is about my winter reads. I've had so many people ask me to do a book recommendation for winter reads. So these are my winter reads to give me the cozy feelings when the weather outside is absolutely awful. So these are some books I recommend. Some of the books I will suggest as giving as a gift. So let's get straight into it. The first book I want to recommend, I physically haven't got it. It's on. I've lent it to a friend to read, and that is by Matt Haig, The Boy Who Stole Christmas. I highly recommend this book. This book is a middle grade book for like 10-year-olds plus. However, it's so much more than a children's book. It is pure magic. It's just pure Christmas. It's about the real story of Santa or Father Christmas, and the way it's wrote, the illustrations, you go on a journey and it makes Christmas extra magical. I highly recommend the book. And then there's 3 books in the series, but it's amazing. And I highly recommend that. I can't recommend that book enough. I reread it all the time at Christmas time. We just love it as a family. It is a firm favourite. Talking about middle grade books even, I recommend Tom Fletcher, The Christmasaurus. This book is just extra magical. The illustrations in here are fabulous. The end pages are absolutely gorgeous. If you get the new edition, you can actually get a CD with all the music which Tom Fletcher has made to make the story come alive even more. This book is about a little boy called William Trundle, and he lives with his dad. And his dad is absolutely obsessed with Christmas. And William Trundle wants to ask Santa for a real dinosaur. And Christmasaurus arrives. And it's about the journey of William Trundle and his dinosaur. But it's much more than that, and I don't want to give anything away. But William Trundle just happens to be in a wheelchair, but that doesn't stop him having adventure and having fun. It's about William Trundle fitting in at school and how his school life and home life are not the greatest, but believing in the Santa and believing in the magic of Christmas makes him feel better, and this book is just gorgeous. We as a family love reading this book. The illustrations are absolutely gorgeous. Tom Fletcher is one of the best storytellers as well. It's just an amazing read, and I highly recommend reading The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. Then the other Christmas read is It Was the Night Before Christmas and Other Christmas Stories. In here you have the first short story, which is It Was the Night Before Christmas, and then there's other stories in here. They are short stories, so you can read one a night or whatever you would like to do, and it's just an amazing little book. I found this on Amazon and it was a couple of pence. I think it was like 99p with free postage and packaging, and I absolutely love it. It is edited by Rosemary Gray, but it has lots of Christmas stories in to get you in the Christmas spirit. Then I recommended a book by Joanna Fletcher called Billy and Me, and she brought out a novella one Christmas, and it's called Christmas with Billy and Me. It's a very short story set at the Christmas time, and it's so nice to be back with Billy and Sophie May. Oh my goodness me, I can't remember her name. With Sophie May. These two characters are one of my favourite character couples. They are so sweet, they are lovely, and this is just a lovely novella, and it takes you back with Billy and Sophie, and it's a lovely story, and I highly recommend it for the Christmas time. Then other books I absolutely love are Jack Sheffield, the Teacher series. There are so many in this series. The first one is Teacher Teacher, the second one is Mr. Teacher, and the third one is Dear Teacher. I absolutely love this. This is about Jack Sheffield, and he is a head teacher of a primary school in a little village, and it's set in Yorkshire, yay, and it is so cozy to read. If you live in a little village, you will know that probably everyone knows everyone's business, and it's so lovely. The characters just feel so real. The school life, the primary school life is just amazing. And then you get like ready for like different occasions in the school, and then you find more about Jack Sheffield, his personal life. They're just an amazing read. I absolutely love them, and this one's my firm favourite because it's about like the Christmas period, like getting ready for the Christmas pantomime and all the problems the Christmas nativity can have, and Christmas carols, and etc, etc. They are a brilliant read. If you know anyone who loves Yorkshire or loves books as well, these could be a really good Christmas present. You could wrap them up, you could get a mug, and you could bring some Yorkshire tea bags. Perfect cozy read. I highly recommend Jack Sheffield. They are just amazing. Then the other books I recommend as a winter read are Rachel Joyce, The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. This is about an old man called Harold, and one day he receives a letter out of the blue by his old colleague called Queenie. And in that letter it tells him that she is dying of cancer, and she's saying her goodbyes to Harold. And Harold can't believe that he's let this friendship go by for 20 years. So he feels like he has to write back to Queenie, and he writes back to Queenie, and he goes and posts the letter, and there's a post box at the end of his street. He walks to the end of the post box and he's like, no, I need to go a bit further. And by the time he knows it, he is going from the south of England all the way up to Berwick to visit Queenie, and this is his journey on his quest to say goodbye to his colleague called Queenie. It is beautifully written. You fall in love with Harold. He's such an amazing character to read, and it's such a cozy read. Also as well, there is another book in the series, and this is The Love Song of Miss Queenie Henderson. So this is her version of when Harold was coming up, etc, etc, and her point of view of the story as well. These two are just amazing cozy reads as well. I absolutely love these. Then I watch a lot of BookTube, and one of the main booktubers is Jen Campbell. Jen Campbell is an amazing author, amazing booktuber. I absolutely love her content on her YouTube channel, and she is an author, and this was one of her first books, The Bookshop Book. This is a lovely book about all the amazing bookshops we have in England or around the country. This book got me to know that in Alnwick there is a bookshop called Barter Books. It is set in an old railway station, and it is divine. I have been to it. I've been for it quite a few times. I absolutely love it, and this sparked my interest in bookshops and going to second-hand bookshops, and the stories about these bookshops are amazing. Like there's a book on a boat, a bookshop in a boat. It's just an amazing read. I highly recommend it. Her writing style is amazing. You can buy this off Amazon, but I do recommend going to Jen Campbell's website and buying it directly from her, because she will sign your book as well. And there's other books in there like What Customer Said, what Customer Said in a Bookshop or something like that, and they are absolutely hilarious reads to read. I highly recommend these. Then another like Christmas present to give is the novel Cure. I was lucky enough to receive this from one of my family members, and it's basically a book which, if you feel a bit cold, if you've got a cold, you would look cold up in here, and it would give you some book recommendations to make you feel better if you have got the cold. They are the list of books to read if you've got a cold. If you're feeling guilty, there's a book about guilt, which book to read. If you're feeling happy, sad, everything you need to know. It's amazing for book recommendations, and I highly recommend it. It is an amazing little book to read. Perfect little gift to give someone who is a bookish person. I absolutely love it and I highly recommend it. Can I say highly recommend it any more times in this book, in this video? Then these are my cozy reads of all time. Secret 7 brings me back to my childhood, and I reread these every winter, because every winter time I always used to get the new Secret 7 book. I love Secret 7, and I think you're never too old for an Eden Blyton book. I absolutely love these books and they're just pure childhood. So I recommend reading The Secret 7 to give you the cozy feels and get you on those adventures with the Secret 7 gang. And this was from The Works, I think, and it's absolutely amazing. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care, send you positive thoughts. Rachel. Bye.